Every year around the holidays, my partner James, who you guys know is Zoron, he would always send me some goofy Christmas card, kind of like this one, right? I mean, look at that sweater. And I don't even think that was his actual dog. I think he borrowed the dog for the photo. So every year I would get something like that sent to me. And you could always count on James for like, making you laugh. I remember I'd be down or be in a meeting of some kind, bored out of my mind, and I would get a text from James on a new Star Wars outfit he had. And I'd be like, interesting. I mean, you talk about a dork.
May the grill be with you. Oh.
He was such a dork. I remember he got excited when his parents visited him because he texted me saying, "Hey, my parents brought my Millennium Falcon." And I'm thinking to myself, James, we're like in our 40s now. What are you doing? But I secretly loved it because it made me, hold on to my youth also. And I just loved his innocence, his purity. So I can't tell you how many hours I've spent just laughing and talking about life and politics and his dream, James's dream, he always wanted to have his own, he always wanted to be a writer. And he used to write horror films, and that's why he moved out here from Nebraska, and I moved here from Florida. So when we met, he was doing graphics, we were working together, and we hit it off right away. So we always had the same dreams and ambitions, and that's what led us to do ClipCritics. My partner Kurt, childhood best friend, and James and me, we all threw $5,000 into a pot each, and we started the show ClipCritics. ClipCritics. And we didn't do it for money. We did it because we wanted to have our own show, and we loved it. It was our escape. We didn't care that nobody was watching or nobody. Some people were like, "Oh, you guys are." It didn't matter what people thought. We loved what we were doing, and that's why we did it. So we had an absolute awesome time.
You like that, Chuck?
Chuck likes it a lot.
Well, anyway, yes, a couple days ago, day before yesterday, I get a phone call from James. And I'm on the phone on a business call with a new friend named Brian, and I see the call, and I'm thinking, okay, this is James. He probably wants to talk to me about some of the family stuff going on, and I can catch up with him later. So I don't pick up the phone, and he ends up leaving me a voice message. Well, anyway, later on that night, I get home, and I'm in bed, and I play the message, like, oh, I wonder what James wanted, and I play it, and he's saying something like, goodbye, and this may be the last time I talk to you, and yada, 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 and I jumped up out of the bed, and I was kind of mad. I was like, what is he talking about? Is this some kind of joke? This isn't a funny joke. So I end up immediately calling him back, and for the first time ever, he doesn't pick up. His wife, Leah, picks up, and I'm like, Leah, what's going on? And she says, James has been in surgery now for a couple hours, and it's a long surgery, and the prognosis isn't that good. But I'm like, heart surgery? What are you talking about? What do you mean heart surgery? What's going on? What happened? And she says, call Kurt. He can explain to you what's going on. So I call Kurt. He picks up the phone, and he says, yeah, me, James, and I think his name's David, we're on a Google Hangout talking about work. And James all of a sudden says, David, can you come over here? I think I'm having a heart attack. And Kurt said, he was like, what's going on? I mean, they had the cameras off. And Kurt's like, what? So Kurt calls 911 and sends the paramedics to James's house. And they take him to the hospital. And from what I hear, from what James had, there was a 20% chance of making it to the hospital alive with what he had. And he actually made it to the hospital. And they told him that he was bleeding profusely from the heart. And he needed to go into surgery immediately. So I guess, that is, shortly after that is when James called me and left me a voice message. So I told Kurt I said, Kurt, no matter what happens, good or bad, I want you to call me and tell me what happens with James. So, I wake up, next morning really early, like 4 or 5 in the morning, and I wake up and I forgot, and I looked over at the phone, and there was a short text from Kurt that said, James passed. And I don't even know, man. I remember thinking nah, I was just talking to him. I was just talking to him this weekend. There's no way he's passed. He's such a good guy. He's one of those guys that would do anything for you. He didn't judge people. He loved all races. He used to joke about his wife being Mexican. He's like, yeah, we can do jokes on ClipCritics about Mexicans because my wife's Mexican. Oh, man. I'm sorry to, tell you guys like this, but I had to wait a day or two to kind of think about it. I didn't know what I was going to say. I still don't even know if I'm making any sense here. It's just been a non-stop, this is it, man. This is how it goes down. I mean, what about all those stories we had and dreams we had about doing a show together and having fun, and it's just over? I mean, one of my dreams was I'm working on a company to help creators make more money, and one of my dreams was, man, if I could get that just to work, if I could just get that to work, I'd help a bunch of creators out, and I would take, if I made any kind of money, I would fund everything. James and I could go do those stupid movies and all those stupid shows that nobody else would watch. Can't tell you how many times James and I make a video and people say, that is so not funny. And we didn't care. We just were like, we think it's funny and we liked it and we just did it. So, just the thought of that not being a reality and James not being there, I'm not going to get any more of those stupid Christmas cards. I'm not going to get any more of those dumb texts about Star Wars. So stupid. Oh, man. Anyway, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say next. I don't know what to do. Anyway, James left me a message, and when I listened to it, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. I've listened to this message like 40 times. And I think it's just one of those reminders that, hey guys, you better be doing what you love in life. It's not about the things you have or the places you go or your success, or it's about the people you spend it with. That's all we really have, man. All you have is time. So with that, I think I'm just going to leave it with letting you hear the message he left me.
Hey, buddy, just wanted to call you. I'm in the hospital, going to be heading into surgery with an aortic dissection, so it's not really good prognosis, but, trying to stay optimistic. But I just wanted to say goodbye, just in case. I had a lot of fun on ClipCritics and working with you over the years, so knock on wood, we'll still be able to do some more stuff going forward, but just wanted to call to say goodbye just in case. All right. Bye, Captain Chuck.
Goodbye, Zoron. I love you, buddy. I love you, James, and I'll never forget you.